Hi, my name is Ved Sheth, and I play Officer Shankar on The Search. This is BTS, Behind the Search.
So, Ved, super excited to have you on this episode. Obviously, episode 2 of BTS, Behind the Search. You play Officer Shankar in The Search, and I guess just to start things off, how did you feel when you first got casted as Officer Shankar? Like, obviously, without knowing what he was going to become later on in the season, just initial thoughts, like what were your feelings, like how did you feel and everything?
First of all, very excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, of course.
And then how I felt, I was kind of just intrigued about the role in general, and you kind of just gave me a cool cop costume with some handcuffs and a badge and a hat, so I was excited to get started. Cop costume kind of fit me, so
yeah, a little loose.
I was ready to go.
Yeah. So, Officer Shankar comes in the middle of season 2, episode 3, right after Sinwoo's death.
Yep. Explosion? Where at? Yeah, I'm on my way there. Thanks. Bye.
And you start this entire new arc of like new characters coming after you, like the detectives and everything. So it's like how did you like approach playing Officer Shankar knowing that there was already such a strong storyline going on, and then you kind of come in out of nowhere? Like how, like were you nervous or like?
I felt like I just had to like embody the persona Shankar was and let the director and his storyline just flow with all the storylines that are already going on. But I feel like I just had to go with an open mind of like who Shankar is and like how I gotta play him, how I gotta embody him, and like grow with his character.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense.
That was my approach.
And then the explosion scene.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. It was obviously a very pivotal moment, like because that's where everything changes. It's like after the explosion, that's where things get a little bit more serious, and you start shooting with the detectives. Like, tell me about that scene. Like, how was it? Like, because that was your
my first
real scene with dialogue and everything. So how was that?
There was that. I think like our starting scene in season 2 with the car. That was like one of the scenes.
Yeah, that was one.
I guess the detective was the real one.
Was like the main scene. Yeah. Because the car scene was kind of like your introduction. It's like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
But now it's like we already know this guy, so it's like you're established.
That scene was definitely cool. I infamously got there an hour and a half late.
A little late, yeah.
Alistair, look who finally decided to show up. Officer Shankar, late as always.
Officer Shankar, a little late. But I think it was a lot of fun going into a scene with other characters and people who haven't been on the show yet. So we're all, shooting for the first time together for The Search.
Yeah,
which was a great experience.
That's true.
And then, just getting that scene done and getting it finalized was a great feeling to, mark a real milestone happening with my character.
Yeah,
and
of course.
All the other characters.
Yeah.
So that was the way I thought about it, and I just thought it was a cool experience.
I guess going off of that as well, how did it feel for you to, obviously you saw The Search without you in it, and then it's like episode 4 is majority is Shankar, so it's like, how did you feel watching it for the first time, like after it all came together?
I was there for shooting some of the scenes without me in it, and it was cool to then watch it on YouTube. But then it was so cool when I saw myself on the scene. So that was definitely a kind of rewarding moment. You go and shoot and then you see it all put together.
Yeah,
so
this
really
kind
cool.
of shows your hard work on the screen. Yeah.
More your hard work, but some of mine.
Well, yeah, of course.
You're putting
actor,
it on stuff, but
But actors, you put in a lot of time and effort, so. And then, so this is gonna be releasing right after season 3, episode 1 comes out. So people are gonna find out that Shankar does get fired, And so, you know, Shankar is a very passionate and, you know, prideful officer. And I guess he just loses his job for trying to believe what, trying to stand up for what he believes in, right?
And putting you in prison will only benefit me. But I truly believe that bringing justice by catching the right culprit is way more important.
Like, what do you think Shankar's going through when he's getting fired, and like what are your thoughts like on like his feelings at the moment?
I feel like I like resonate with him. I don't know, for some reason I get it. Like he's trying, but other people don't see like where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Where it's like he just gotta keep following his like gut and going through with it. Hopefully
Right.
he will.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and then like from here, like obviously like none of the actors know like where the story's going, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you predict is gonna happen with Shankar's character specifically? Like anything
I do like have a good feeling about his character. I kind of have to, but like just for the character itself, I think that he's eventually going to get rehired and he's going to make a breakthrough and make them believe in him again, because he's going to work with Jalen to, you know, get these guys, and he's going to get back on the force and serve at an even higher level than he was.
Yeah,
That's
that would be the ultimate.
That's what I think, because I think we're going to catch the bad guys, but you know, those guys are some bad dudes, so you never know what they're
You
going
never
to do.
know. You never know.
I have a feeling Shankar is working with Jalen to solve Sinwoo's case.
That would also help us get Shankar off our case.
And then this is a question that I'm planning on asking everybody when they're in this interview, but just Officer Shankar, Ved Sheth. What are some similarities and what are some differences between both of the characters, both of the people, and like it's like, how did you, like, was it easy or was it kind of seamless, like playing Shankar? And then what are the similarities and differences between both?
Yeah, I think like we're kind of similar in some ways, where like we're like kind of timid in the start, and then, you know, as you get to know, we open up more and we express more. Shankar is also very passionate about things he believes in. I am the same way with things in my life that I believe in or want to do,
Right.
or want to achieve. So I think that's a like nice similarity there. But differences. What differences come to your mind?
I don't know. I mean,
I'm
you
trying-
guys are
We're
very
different,
very
though.
very similar, but very different as well.
I can't
Like,
think
I
of
feel
the
like
stark differences,
you think before you act, whereas Shankar
It's just acting.
sometimes
Yeah,
acts
he's just
before you
acting.
think
Yeah.
in certain situations, and that kind of gets him into.
I think it's a nice similarity that sometimes we both go with our gut.
Right.
And he's really going with his gut, not as much as maybe I would, but he's really, you know, putting it out there with letting Jalen go. So that was like a big move from him, big risk taker.
Yeah.
So I
And
might not be as big of a risk taker.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. Yeah, interesting. And then a lot of people, you know, don't get this opportunity, but not like nobody on the search, but you know, working with a family member
Yeah.
on the search as well. Like, what was it like working with your dad? And like, did that kind of add an extra layer, like, on the search, or?
I thought it was just like really funny. It was a fun experience, just being able to work with Papa Sheth. You know, get on the same screen as him. We were laughing. It's funny to see him struggle. I don't see him struggle much.
Yeah, that's true.
It's funny to see him struggle with something like this. It's funny.
You have lost.
No, you.
This is not just a breach of protocol, it's a betrayal. This next case is your last case. Oh gosh.
And no, it was just a good experience overall. And by another layer, it was just cool to see both of us on screen at the same time.
That's probably a good, like, a fun experience for the rest of your family. as well.
Exactly, and it was like cool to see like some scenes where I knew he was laughing, but like it was captured, and I thought that was just a funny experience. So.
And then in this episode specifically, your dad, like, has a very intense moment with you, like,
Yes.
like, though, like that dynamic between like you and your dad, like on screen, has that ever like happened like off screen where like he's lecturing you or like telling you to do something? Did that kind of like give you feelings that have happened in the past? Like, not really.
Kind of in the way he was like, you know, like you messed up, you gotta do better.
It's too late for promises. I'm afraid I have no choice but to terminate your position on the force.
It's never like, you know, with my dad, it's never been like you're fired kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Never like get out of the house. So that was, I guess, like the only thing. But other than that, like I've been in that situation. For me, it was natural when like he was just screaming. I was just like, yeah, that happens in usual life. He's gonna give me crap. But
the firing.
But the firing was like the extra layer where he's just like blunt and brutal.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, and so like going off of that, my next question is like, what was that like? Kind of seeing that for the first time.
That was weird. Like seeing him being ruthless. Like, no, you're not coming back. You're done.
You've allowed a convicted criminal to walk free. This is not just a breach of protocol. It's a betrayal of trust and integrity.
Yeah.
It was. I think overall though, it was just like it was cool to experience.
That's good.
Weird,
and then,
different.
Mm-hmm. And then I also want to ask you, like, just from the scenes with you two, like, what was your favorite moment, like, filming with him out of all the scenes you filmed so far? Like, is there like a certain moment where you were like, oh, like that one was like the funniest?
When he was trying to fire me, that was really funny. Actually,
that was pretty funny. Yeah.
He struggled with the firing part, and I struggled too. So I think that was.
Because he had a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, he did have a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, compared to the first scene with him. Yeah. And then, you know, obviously, like everyone has to, you know, balance things, but you know, you in particular, obviously, like. You have a lot going on with, you know, your pickleball and tournaments that you participate in, work, and then on top of that, like you have the search as well, which you play a prominent role in.
Yeah.
So it's like, how is that like? Do you ever get stressed out sometimes?
I do. I get overwhelmed. Like last time we were shooting, you know, I was in a rush to get somewhere, but we had to get the scene done because we had someone coming from 30 minutes away. Other than that, I think it's been pretty seamless. We have a good director who organizes the times pretty well, and you know we all live pretty close by, so makes it a lot easier for us. But I don't think it's been a big stress. I think it's just a nice addition to my life, and I get to enjoy the enjoy the benefits of it.
Mm-hmm. And then, in general, like across all seasons, like what was one of your favorite scenes in the show?
That like I shot, or like just like
I was gonna ask you like what you shot in particular, but this is just like generalities. Like what was like with or without you? Like what was your favorite scene?
So I loved shooting the running scene. I thought that was a lot of fun.
With Connor and Joey.
Sinwoo and Gunter.
Yeah.
That was a blast.
Yeah.
I also loved watching the last scene of the last season where you know Dad
there's the montage
and the montage. That was amazing. I loved that. And then personally shooting, for me, I loved the scene where I let Jalen go.
Oh really?
I enjoyed that scene. I felt like that day my lines are flowing easy, and like I was remembering things, and
that was really
such an emotional pivotal moment in the show too.
Take this. It's untraceable. Contact me when you have any new information. Go into hiding. You're wanted by the police department, the detective agencies, and if my judgment is correct, you're also a target for the people who kill Sinwoo.
So I thought,
for you that was probably
massive,
one of the most pivotal moments.
That led to, you know, me getting fired and stuff. So I think that was like really showing Shankar's character and his gut instinct and acting on that. So I think that was really enjoyable to shoot.
Gotcha. And then I guess zooming out a little bit from the search. You know, obviously, you know, the search is like a good part, one of your favorite shows. Like, Do you have any other favorite shows like in your life as well? Like,
Yeah, I mean, one of my all-time favorite shows is a lot of The Search. My search colleagues know is Suits. Love Suits. We all do. But right now I'm starting a show called Dark Horses. It's an espionage show, so
okay.
looking forward to watching that.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I mean, I've never heard of it.
And
And
it might
then
be called Slow Horses. I don't know.
Slow Horses.
We'll
Okay.
see. One of the two. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
And then if you could say one last thing, just to the audience, about either Officer Shankar or The Search or anything, like, what would it be?
Nothing but Officer Shankar. I'm actually just excited to see how his character develops. But about The Search, I hope we keep on getting new fans and our fans keep tuning in because the quality is only getting better. We're getting better actors and all of us are improving. So I think this is just a place where we all can grow together and watch together. So
Yeah.
excited for the future of The Search.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see Shankar progress through his journey throughout the future of The Search as well. But yeah, it was great having you on on Behind the Search, and hopefully we'll see you in episode 2.
Yep, thank you.